Welcome back to the Cars of Queens YouTube channel. I just picked up this beautiful 2002 Lincoln Town Car Signature. Very well optioned car. It's loaded with pretty much all the bells and whistles that you could get on these vehicles. And it was the last year of this body style before the last generation Town Car came out. I really love these. My only gripe with these is that it didn't come with a hood ornament. I really like the classic Lincoln hood ornament that should have went there in my opinion. But I've always loved these. My dream is to get a nice black on black one, but for the deal I had gotten on this one, I really couldn't pass up. Of course, she's got a hole in the roof and she's finished in this beautiful blue color. Signature series. Paint's in excellent shape. So moving on to the back of my beautiful Lincoln Town Car, the person that owned it prior to me, unfortunately, he's in hospice and he had to sell the car. It had been sitting for the last 2 years, and sitting is one of the worst things you can do to a car. And we'll get into why that resulted in this car not being able to make it home. I'm on a kind of a busy street and I had to park it up because car made it almost home. And as soon as I got off the exit to get home, I was just about a mile out from my house. And that's when serpentine belt had shredded. And we'll get into diagnosing that and figuring out where source is, what caused this. But essentially, I had to park up the car. You don't want to drive for long without a serpentine belt because the car was already at operating temperature. It's especially risky. You definitely risk overheating the car, and that's definitely not good. You can risk ruining a bunch of other things in the process. So taking a look around the car, it's in excellent shape for a 24-year-old car. It's built in 2001. The guy I bought it from was his best friend for many years, and he was helping him get rid of the car. I mean, it wasn't doing him any favors. It's got this gorgeous blue on blue. I mean, you just don't see these kinds of color schemes. Now, the other flaw in this car, this door panel's not like attached all the way, and this handle's not in, the best shape. They epoxied it together. But I absolutely love these chrome buttons. Just very classy. I mean, this is a gentleman's car. Very classy. You got the walnut burl wood on the steering wheel. Very well optioned signature. Does have memory seats, heated seats. Excuse some of that road noise. We are on a busy street. The back seats are in pretty good shape. It's got only 97,000 miles, and it is loaded with the Alpine sound system, as well as sunroof. Right over here. Really nice car. I mean, the interior's in great shape. I don't know why they put this leather on top. I might take this off because this looks terrible. And I like to have my cars all the same shade inside. Door makes a really loud noise. You got to slam the door shut on these town cars. It's a real American body on frame steel car. So over here, that's the only real like big cosmetic thing. This fender can definitely be pulled, and this door can be like hammered in a little bit. Need some really minor paint work. Nothing crazy at all. Nothing that I am worried about. Just the only thing is that, not everything is even. Obviously the panel gaps and stuff. So sometimes you do need to slam the door in order to get it shut. But I absolutely love these. I have very fond memories of riding in these as a kid all the time. If you guys were a kid in New York City in the early 2000s and ever rode a taxi cab, you're probably in the back of one of these or a Crown Vic, and these are definitely a lot more comfortable. The back's where the air suspension is. That's the best seat in the house. That's where you want it to be in one of these cars. It's very classy. This blue on blue. The interior complements the exterior. Just a fantastic, gorgeous car. Really comfortable leather, and it's in fantastic shape. Definitely needs a good detail. But other than that, she's in really nice shape. This probably hasn't been taken down in years. Like I said, the car sat for approximately 2 years, and prior to that it was hardly driven as owner was in failing health, which is unfortunately the case on a lot of these cars. And sitting is one of the worst things you can do to a car because stuff can seize up, stuff breaks. Cars are not meant to sit, cars are meant to be driven. So sitting's definitely one of the worst things you could do to it, and that's what caused this car to be found on the road dead. That's why I had to pull over and stop. But we're gonna get her back on the road as soon as possible. I can't wait to drive this thing again. She drives like a beauty, or at least she did for the first 45 minutes of the ride back home. I wish there wasn't any traffic. I probably would have made it home. What's different about these and the Crown Vics is you get rear vents standard, whereas on the Crown Vic you don't. And you do get air suspension standard on this. However, this one was converted to the coils, which I think really is a disservice to what this car is and what this car stands for. I mean, it's still really floaty, nice ride. It definitely needs the air suspension to be up to its full potential in terms of comfort, in terms of that soft land yacht American ride. I just really like the design. I think that this is a really underrated design. I mean, a lot of folks don't like it. A lot of folks say this is the ugliest generation or the worst generation of the town car, but it's my favorite. I just love the way they look. The design is just so 90s. It's so beautiful. Right after this quick walk around, we're gonna jump on under the hood, do some diagnosing, and see what caused this car to be found on the road. Going under the hood of this big beautiful blue boat, this is not what a serpentine belt is supposed to look like, and you definitely don't want to see this on the degas container. This is coolant right here. Looking inside this container, there's almost nothing in there. It looks absolutely disgusting. So obviously had to do a little bit of diagnosing. Huge shout out to my friend Joe for helping me diagnose this car. Obviously the serpentine belt shredded, and luckily I was almost home when this happened, so the car didn't really get a chance to overheat badly or anything like that, but some coolant did leak out. I was able to pull over, thankfully, somewhere not too far from home. So now comes the daunting task of diagnosing what caused the serpentine belt to rip. So this alternator pulley, this alternator is brand new. It works. It spins freely, spins freely, spins freely. Serpentine belt tensioner spins freely. Good. Now over here, you see something that you're not supposed to see. So you see the belt shredded right over here. Now this is the AC compressor pulley. It's not spinning freely at all. So it definitely froze all the way up, and that's where the belt shredded. And when the belt shredded, obviously you lose power steering, and that's when you get the battery light on, and then if you leave it running too long, it's gonna overheat. So that was the culprit. That's why the car didn't make it home. So it's definitely gonna need serpentine belt tensioner, idler pulley, and AC compressor right there. Not a ton of work that it needs. It's got a new battery and a new quality interstate, new alternator. Car's not in half bad shape. It's definitely gonna need a coolant flush, but I can't wait to fix it, get her back on the road in operable condition. Lastly, we do have the signature 3-body trunk. It didn't come with floor mats. It's got just this one, which is really clapped out, so I'll definitely need to get floor mats for this car. A lot of these town cars, unfortunately, they did not get a full-size spare. You got this ridiculous donut, which I think, you know, makes no sense. Now this one was optioned with the 6-disc CD changer, which is right here. Very dusty. I mean, who even uses CDs anymore? But back in the day, this was all the hype. Now you got some jack manuals, you got the jack and some booster cables over there. Really big trunk, about what you'd expect on one of these. Really grand trunk. That's why these were so great for taxis. You could put all the luggage you want, and everything would fit here with ample room to go. Just fantastic. Very practical cars. And the trunk, unlike the doors, shuts very softly, so there's no need to slam it like the doors, which is a pleasant feature. I wish they had soft touch doors, but that's what you get in modern day Mercedes and BMWs. But with body on frame, full-size American cars, you hear that nice thump of the American steel. I have to get her back on the road as soon as possible. I'm gonna get to work on that. Before we wrap up this video, we're gonna do our first ever unboxing on the Cars with Queens YouTube channel. So this is everything that this car is gonna need. We got the trusty knife over here. Gonna open this bad boy up. Getting Rock Auto for a car enthusiast, it's like you're a kid on Christmas. Christmas definitely came early. So let's see what we have here from Rock Auto. By the way, Rock Auto, if you guys, anybody from Rock Auto is watching, you guys should sponsor me, because I need a lot of stuff. All right. So we have the Continental serpentine belt right here. Very nice. All right, let's see, anything else in here? Nope, that's that. All right, so move that to the side. Over here it's pretty heavy, so this is where the rest of our supplies and parts are gonna be. excuse all the road noise. Like I said, I had to pull over, but luckily it's close to home. And here we're gonna have everything else. All right, so I'll put that to the side. This is for the AC compressor. Cool. Let's see, what do we have in this big old thing? My guess is it's the AC compressor. Let's take a look. Oh my god, so many boxes to get to it. So that looks like the AC compressor. And I don't think the serpentine belt's gonna be getting stuck onto this. It's in a lot better shape. It's hopefully not gonna seize. As you guys can see, it's moving. It's moving the way it should. It's not locked up like the old one, which is what exactly what you want. All right, so move this over to the side. And then we should have a few more tidbits and pieces. So OEM serpentine belts, thingamajiggy, Motorcraft, as you guys can see, legit OEM. And got a whole bunch of O-rings. That's for the AC compressor. I don't even know if we're going to use all of these, but a whole bunch of O-rings. All right, and then lastly, another thing here. How do you open this? And that's the last thing. I got a whole AC compressor kit off of Rock Auto for a good price, so that's what I would recommend as far as parts. Rock Auto's always been good to me, so if anybody from Rock Auto's watching, hook me up with a sponsorship. And then the last thing, obviously, you're going to need is some coolant. This is probably not going to be enough, but I'm going to get another one. I have some distilled water, so I'm going to probably buy the concentrate because all my cars use this type of stuff. So that's everything that we are going to need in order to get this car back on the road reliably. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I hate to leave you guys hanging, but this car is going to be fixed soon. I have to fix it. You know, you guys aren't going to have to bust my balls on the next video saying, where's the Lincoln? Because it's going to be fixed very, very soon. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me make more future content like this. I would really appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.